Welcome to 20 Sports Show here on TV Sapienza. I am Oma. You're very sweet on radio and TV. Every other time on 20 Sports Show, it's that program where we discuss about issues that concerns teenagers, and we'll try to make sense of whatever challenge they could be going through. Of course, it's all about teenagers, all right? I can't be here alone on the program. I've got with me the director of Higher Heights College, Deaconess Ejikeme. Glad to have you here with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for gracing us with your beautiful face.
Thank you so much, Oma.
So it's actually
Thank you.
Glad to be here with you.
Yes, I am also glad. Thank you very much.
So it's actually the back to school season, and this September, a lot of basically most schools will be reopening by next week, in 2 weeks' time, right?
Yeah, next week Tuesday.
Next week Tuesday, which is 18th, thereabouts. Okay. So there's been this challenge that I've noticed.
Yeah.
The fact that should I blame it on the inflation, or should I blame it on the new government, or should I blame it on the fact that if you go to market, what you bought this week is not the same price that you buy next week?
Yesterday. The next day, everything has
I'm just
changed.
thinking of what to blame it on. Now, most schools, especially in Anambra State, they have skyrocketed the school fees. The tuition fees, the fees for books, everything has doubled, some tripled. In fact, there's a school I heard they used to pay 300,000 naira. Now, right now, that they are paying 600,000 naira.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And their parents are paying, of course, for a parent that can pay 300,000,
can pay 600.
can still pay 600,000 naira.
Exactly.
You know, and of course, you know that such schools is not for the average people. It's for the very rich people.
Exactly.
So, my worry is that a lot of parents may actually find it difficult to send their kids back to school because of the high rate, the way the school fees, the tuition fees has skyrocketed. Now, you are a school owner.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something that's happening in the schools we don't know about. Or maybe there's a mathematics that's playing out in school ownership that we don't understand. Because honestly, Deaconess, I don't understand the fact that education that is actually supposed to be affordable. No matter what, it should be affordable, because it's the basic, primary education, post-primary education is actually a basic right for for every child.
Exactly.
So, from the school owner's point of view, what is really happening? What is going on? What do we need to know that we don't know? What do we need to understand that we don't understand? Because I can't make sense of it, honestly.
Wow. Thank you so much, Oma. We all know really what's happening now in Nigeria. Everybody, we all know. Obviously, the new government actually started from the new government. The fuel subsidy and all that, everything went up. The fuel, almost tripled,
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Quadrupled, because it used to be
165. And now it's 620. That also made every other thing to go up. Even the food. I was just telling you via the radio station that the last rice I got was 64,000 just like 2-3 months ago. And now it's 94,000 as at yesterday. So we all know the economy. Everything has gone up. Transportation has gone up.
Yeah.
It affected every area. So I would say, maybe that is why some schools, obviously, that's an obvious reason. You don't even need to ask any school owner. Why are you adding school fees? But you see, I would also say that it's actually personal. Depending on how the school owner has designed their school. Yes, everything has gone up. I would say that me personally, yes, going with what's happening around, we should consider, we should consider education as everybody's right. So
Yeah.
also be minimal. I'm not saying they shouldn't, we shouldn't add money to the tuition, or because they would say, after we are paying salaries, after we'll have to buy fuel to power the generator, after we'll have to do this, after we'll have to do that. Okay, we went to the market, the books have also increased. So why shouldn't we also increase? Yes, yes, and yes. But I also think that in considering how, because school is about to start and some parents are complaining, just like you.
Really,
you
just like
you called me, I was complaining to me, you know, and I really reached out to you.
To be honest with you, I entertained thoughts of pulling my child away from his school. I entertained thoughts, but I said to myself, if I pull him out of the school, the next school, what will happen there? Instead, let me even find out what I'm paying for. You know, what am I paying for? Now, another question I'd like to ask. Okay, now, we're here now.
Yeah.
Most schools have increased. The tuition fees,
everything,
books,
everything,
and all that. Is there any way to ensure that these schools give value? To ensure that parents actually get value
for their money
they are paying for.
That's most important, really.
Because in my own case, I insisted, I want to know what I'm paying for. It was funny. I insisted, I need to know what I'm paying for. If I'm going to pay this amount, let me know what I'm paying for. Because you can't just wake up and tell me, okay, no problem. Let me know what I'm paying for. We sat down, we talked about it. I said, okay, if I'm paying this,
what's the value?
Ensure that you give
By
me
the end
value.
of the time, you should be able to see value.
Now, as a school owner, how do parents ensure that, yeah, we are here right now, paying this amount of money? How would they ensure that they get value from the school?
Exactly. See what's going to happen. You know, they don't even have so much to do by themselves. But the one they can do is to help monitor. You know, when every other day you look at what your child is doing, when you come back with the books, the lesson, the assignments, to be able to monitor so that if there is any feedback, you need to, get across to the school. Maybe there is something you are not pleased with. Obviously you paid. You paid, I'm sure you just paid. And now you're expecting by the end of the term that my child should be able to have so average. So there's a target. There's no reason why your child shouldn't hit this target.
Okay.
Every child is intelligent. We all know that.
Yeah.
People think that there are some kids that are born to be dull, born to be dullard. No child is born to be a dullard.
Okay.
Every child is intelligent. It depends the environment
where the child is, right?
is going to school, the teachers, the quality of teachers that they have, the passion, the value. Because true, we are expected to provide value.
Yeah.
Every school has a right, should be able to give value to a child.
Yes, exactly.
Now, when you don't have good qualified teachers, now, after you have doubled your school fees and you are not giving value, is it the child's fault? Why would we not give value to the child? Why would we not get the right people to teach? Why would we not create the right environment for that child to read, for that child to study? So we have a responsibility.
Okay.
More responsibility than even the parents, because they have paid.
Okay.
Now, this is now on your table.
Okay.
What will you do to ensure that my child gets this?
Okay.
Now it becomes a challenge to us.
Okay.
So now you've paid me. So much expectation. So what I'm thinking, I should be able to ensure that they cover up what they're supposed to, their scheme for I should be able all the activities that the kids are involved in it. And also should ensure that the teachers are up to their game. They're on top of their game. So I must monitor what is happening in the classes. I must monitor that they are giving them the rights, what they are expected to learn at that age.
Yeah.
To be able to cover for that term. Then at the end of the term, I'm also expecting as a school owner that if it becomes a concern when a child, maybe a test, you actually taught as a teacher, and you give a test an assessment. An assessment is to know whether learning has taken place.
Okay.
Whether teaching and learning has taken place. That's why.
That's the essence of the assessment,
that's
right?
Actually, the reason for tests. I mean, so that's what I've conquered that myth in my school. As many as I conquered it, because I told them, come on, test is just to know if what your teacher taught you on that board,
whether you understood it.
That's just the test.
Because it seems like test is one big.
So they are afraid.
Yes. Sometimes children really, if you check their blood pressure, you find out.
When you say this test, oh my God, it's like, hey, but you see, that's why we need to conquer that. When you give school, you should be able to give the kids continuous assessments.
Okay.
Continuous. I've taught you now, so I just want to know whether what I taught you, if it entered. Now, when I give you that test or that assessment, and I mark the script, and I see that you didn't get here, now I know this is where I should be able to teach this child personally, because obviously it's not everybody that will feel that particular.
Yeah.
So now you're giving each child a personal attention based on the test, because you've tested what you thought. So now you want to find out why, how come I thought and this guy has 5/20? It's that he wasn't listening. Now you call the child to have a conversation. Well, I mean, the guy might be having a challenge at home, maybe emotional or maybe not sleeping. There's, children, you need to really, engage them.
Yeah.
You need to really engage them. So that's on our side. We have a very vital role to really play, because they have paid.
They've paid.
They have paid.
Because for a parent to cough out this
kind of money,
so many schools added. There should be value for their money.
There should be value for their money. So we are expecting that every school owner should be able to give value for your money. I mean, you have to be on top of your game. You should be able to monitor what is happening in the classes, monitor what is happening in the school, to ensure that by the end of the term, you as the owner of the school, we're smiling. Yeah. I mean, my joy is when I see good results. My joy is and I know that we teach these kids how to write with their head.
Okay.
We don't believe in expo.
Okay.
We don't believe in copying. So we're already telling you where we are assessing you, where we are doing this examination. It's not just to, where you failed it, hit you. No, we want to know if all the activities, all the assessments, all the tests we've been doing, if you have learned. That's just the reason. Yeah. So we conquer. So when they know that the reason for this thing is for their good, to assess them, to know where to help them.
Yeah.
So that's our part. Yeah. And on the side of the parents is, you should be able to give attention to your child. Okay. I mean, in Onitsha here, I'm sorry to say, some parents are too busy.
You're saying the right thing. Please go ahead. You're saying the right thing.
Parents, you are too busy for your kids. I mean, really. You go to work, you go to your business. I know you are tired. I'm very aware. I mean, I know you are tired. I know you just want to rest. Please leave my room. Please, I want to rest. I'm just coming back. Can't you see that? I know. But you see, they are your kids.
Yeah.
You must give attention. I mean, you have to look at what... Even beyond, I know I'm tired, but let me just, okay, come, what happened today? Let me see, you go through. If you look at what they are doing and you're not okay, I mean, there's no value. You don't wait until the end of exam, end of the term to discover. You should be able to know when something is going wrong.
It's going wrong.
Then you can contact the school.
The school owner.
I mean, I'm not comfortable with what I'm seeing. You might just be the one bringing that to the notice of, the owner of the school.
Okay.
Then it will be handled. So that's actually your role, really. There's nothing. You're not the one to come to teach in the class, but to also ensure that, first of all, at the back end in the home, you're making your child as comfortable as possible. Ensure that the child comes back with assessment or assignment or homework and insists that the person does it. Because there's sometimes kids will come back with us and go back without doing it. So why? That's the role of we can only do the ones we can do in school. But when they are at home, the parents should also ensure that, because when they do those homework, something has entered.
Oh, yeah.
Do you understand? Yes, something has entered. So you're also helping the school to ensure that those work that we give them to take home, they're able to do it. And that's, I'm thinking that's the role of that. Yes, to ensure that you have value for your money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's great. That's
yes,
great. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Away from this, because you made a really salient point. Now, for parents who may not have this money to pay, what should they do?
Oh, it's disheartening, really. Really, it's disheartening to know that, I mean, this child has been going to school and suddenly the child wants to go to school.
And there's no money to pay for the school fees.
There's no money because of increase in school fees or because...
Increase in books.
No
money yet.
You know.
And with all this inflation, just like we said on the radio, the salary has not increased.
Yes.
Had it been...
Unfortunately.
Had it been that the salary
is commensurate.
If you're talking about all this hike in school fees, books, during August, during the summer lesson, it's been a long time since I bought exercise books. So I went to buy 40 leaves. It was a supermarket. I was told that 40 leaves is 300 naira. I said, I'm not going to talk much. Until I get to the market, I need to know the market value.
Price.
The market price of it. I said, is it not 40 leaves that we are buying for 15 naira?
That's like how many?
100 naira. Now they were saying, the place where I went to register my son in summer lesson, they said that books right now is so expensive, 400 naira book, 60 leaves goes for 400 naira. Now imagine a parent that has like 4 children or 5 children, so even one. How are they
gonna cope?
Now you buy a book for 400 naira, and the child is meant to offer like 10 books. I mean
17
or 17
subjects, just
17
like
subjects. 17 times 400. Calculate it to know how
that's
much
the own market price.
That's market price.
You see, it's really unfortunate. I mean, we are just praying for this government right now because Has
there really been a time anything went up in Nigeria
and came down? I'm just wondering if that miracle is just about to happen right now.
I pray so.
We pray so, but you see, I also think that, I mean, since the child was somewhere, I mean, except if the child is just starting to enter school newly. But if maybe this particular family, they are in a particular school and there's this increase, well, personally, I think that the parents should have a discussion.
Okay.
Should have a conversation with the
owner of the school.
First of all. I mean, you've been there for some years. I mean, and you have like 2, 3, 4 kids. They should be able to listen to you.
Right.
I think so. I'm talking for myself.
Okay.
That you have. I know that some people can afford that increase. Some might not be able to afford the increase.
Yeah.
But if you have a conversation with the school owner, I mean, you can get a discount.
Okay.
In the midst of the whole increase, you can be favored, you can be considered, they can give you a payment plan that would ease. Yes.
Okay.
They could be all. Because I'm not also, I want to also say, okay, move your child or move those kids to the next. Because if you move them to the next school, maybe by that next year, that school also increase.
Yeah, right?
I'm thinking so.
And you still move them from that.
Will you also move them also from there to another school? You know? So
maybe some other time on the program, maybe you are going to come here and we're going to talk about moving schools. So maybe it's going to be another topic we are going to some other time. We will really discuss moving schools, you know.
And also I also think that when such challenges occur, the parents should also wake up somehow and say, my kids must go to school.
Okay.
First of all, there has to be a decision on your part.
Yeah.
No child will stay at home.
Yeah.
Now you are thinking, I want to drive myself. Maybe I'm doing this particular business. I've put in this particular efforts, you know. Now, I'm thinking about expansion. As a parent, I have to meet up to what is happening right now in the city, in the country. So I'm talking to myself, I'll have to rise above it. So if I'm doing this business at this level, this is what I should be able to drive myself for expansion. I mean, because if you keep yourself at one spot, you have the decision to move, to expand. Now, these two people started the same business. One has opened another branch. What changed? What changed?
Mindset.
That's what changed. You started at the same time. This guy has started one, started another, thinking about starting another. You are still comfortable in that your shop, one shop. I mean, I'm just fine. At least I can feed. That's not enough. So as a parent, you have to drive yourself.
Good.
I have to rise above the economy. My kids must go to school. So I will not just sleep, relax and thinking that manna will fall from heaven. I have to move. I have to put in more effort. I'll have to think, what more can I do to ensure, even if the things are going high, my profit is also going high. So now I'm coming from another angle. Instead of going the beggarly way, why don't you drive yourself to even you become a helper to somebody else? After you've taken care of your kids, you have somebody to also help because you are doing better. So you are not relaxed as a parent. So I have one business. Think about opening more streams of income, not just one, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So I'm thinking big right now. So that's what I think on the other end. Instead of, you also would go for, please help me, why I put my house in order. Now you go back and maybe you used to make a particular profit, 300,000 every, you said, I want to start making, what more can I do? If you have to go in for classes, for seminars, read, expose your mind, but just ensure that you're not making the same thing last year. So, to be able to meet up with the prevailing situation, because it has come to stay. So now, if you used to make 1 million, now I want to make 5 million. Who says you cannot? We all have the ability, we all have what it takes to take our job to the next level. So this is on the side of the parent, which is, this is away from, it can happen not just in school. You have other bills. You have other things waiting for you. Can't you live a good life? Aside just paying school fees, you should be able to vacate, go for vacation. You should be able to, so that should be your drive. So I'm not just going to pay my children's school fees, but at least I should be able to have a good life. So you are more hardworking. You're more agile, so you're putting more effort to ensure not just that you pay the school fees, to even help somebody else. So they're two-way things. As an owner of the school, I should also be, considerate, on how you increase, you put your markup. I know you have bills to pay. I know we have the generator to run. I know we have the salaries to pay,
the rent
to
lease,
pay. So it's not like it's charity. You're not, offering a charity business when you're running, except if you called it one. We have some schools like that. They are being funded by different foundations, and so they don't. It's not like it's stress. They don't depend on the school fees of the of the kids to be able to pay their workers. So in that situation, you have the right to also say, this is my contribution to the society. I want to, become minimal and considerate when not doubling. Come on, let's, as school owners, I think that we can become more considerate.
So quickly, let's talk to students, kids, teenagers. Let's talk to them. Now that the parents have gone this extra length
to pay
the school fees,
they have
what's expected of them?
Oh yes. Think about what your parents are going through.
And I want to suggest something to you. There was this day I was on LinkedIn, and on that LinkedIn, They just told us that we have 5 minutes. On that LinkedIn, there's this video, 1 minute video of all the parents of each of the children, where they work, what they do, how they make their money.
Yeah.
It was a way of teaching them. Okay, I don't know if some school owners can imbibe them, because most times I believe that when children find out and know how their parents make the money. Maybe it's going to help. But what advice do you have for school children, teenagers, since the parents have gone this extra length to sacrifice? What advice?
Wow.
2 minutes, please.
Yes, I mean, as a teenager, I mean, look at what your parents are doing. They are really good. I mean, it's when parents come to me to talk to me, I feel for them. So when I talk to my kids, I tell them, you don't know what your parents go through.
Yeah.
The best you can do is to give attention to your education, to your studies. I mean, you know why you came to the school. You're here to, to educate, if somebody has to say that. So what are you going to do? Read, study, have time to study. Don't mix up with the wrong crowd, peer group. They can actually impact you either positively or negatively. Who are your friends? Make friends with people that know the reason why they came to school. Join them to read. Among yourself, have that competition. I want to be the best of me. Set a target for yourself. I believe in setting targets, having a vision. As a student, as a teacher, as children, you can set a target for yourself.
Yeah.
This is the average I want to have. Like, this is a new term. You used to have 70 as an average. Put it up to 90. I want to have 90 average. And it's not going to fall from heaven. There has to be a part I have to play. So you have to read. You must read. See, there is no miracle that will happen if you don't read.
Yeah, true.
The book cannot just come out and enter your head. If you don't read, you cannot know it. There's nothing there's no miracle.
And coming from a Deaconess.
Oh, yes. There's no prayer.
Yes.
You cannot pray for the book to enter, and the book flies from the textbook and, enters your head. Those things, you can see that in cartoon, but see, this is reality.
Yeah.
You have to read. You have to be studious. You have to create the opportunity for yourself. Make up your mind,
That's actually a
read.
warning from the MCR that
Thank
we've overstayed our time. Thank you so much, Deaconess. She's just said it. She nailed it. She's a Deaconess and she has said it. There is no miracle about it. You have to sit down and read.
Exactly.
It is not magic.
Not
the only miracle is that when you're reading, you will understand it
more
easier.
Yes, better.
You understand it better, and there will be this speed.
Speed. Yes.
There will be this speed. And once you read it, you understand it. Once you're in the hall, you write better.
Exactly.
That's where the miracle happens,
yes.
right? But if it's just for you to fold your
hands and the textbook will just enter.
Thank you so much, Deaconess. All right, thank you so much for coming through. Thank you for coming here on Teen Sport Show. She has said it all. Parents, please task yourself, strive, push harder, and most importantly, make sure that all your children are in school.
Exactly.
No child should be left
at
home. No child at all. I am Oma. You're very sweet at on radio and TV, and with me is Deaconess Uzo Ejikeme, the director of Higher Heights College.
Yeah, where? In GRA.
Niger Drive, right?
Yeah, off Niger Drive. Number 10 Omo Road. I mean, that's the best school right now. I tell
You're now advertising.
Oh, yes.
All right, thank you so much for coming through, and we look forward to having you here some other time on the program.
Thank you.
And we love you. Be the best of who you are. Bye-bye. Yeah.